Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Capcom Horror Bundle of October 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it, stranger? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Resident Evil Village, also known as Resident Evil 8. This game re-immerses players into the shoes of Ethan Winters, the central figure from Resident Evil 7. Set in a new country, Ethan is establishing a fresh life with his wife Mia and their newborn, Rose. Having undergone training following the events of Dulvey, they have acquired better defensive skills. However, the tranquility shatters when Mia is unexpectedly slain by Chris Redfield, the protagonist of Resident Evil 1 and 5, who also abducts Rose. This thrusts Ethan into a quest to rescue Rose and uncover the enigma behind her abduction and Mia's murder. Contrary to its predecessor survival horror tone, Resident Evil 8 adopts a more action-centric approach, affording players increased access to ammunition dropped by enemies. The divergence from Resident Evil 7 is palpable. Moments of fear are rare, although a giant zombie infant's pursuit through confined passages in a dollhouse is an exception, instilling terror. The gameplay focal point shifts to first-person action shooting. However, it diverges from a full-throttle Call of Duty experience due to the enemy's resilience. Noteworthy is the assortment of antagonists in Resident Evil 8, each showcasing distinct personalities and diverse locales, culminating in climactic boss encounters. While appreciating the villain ensemble, the game's primary antagonist, Mother Miranda, left me less impressed, owing to her abbreviated and linear narrative segment. The game's journey spans a diverse village landscape encompassing a Dracula-style castle, an eerie dollhouse, a submerged city, and an industrial facility, ensuring ongoing freshness. The poignant ending stirred emotions, as the pursuit of one's daughter culminated in a bittersweet ending. At number 2 we have Resident Evil 3 Remake. Resident Evil 3 Remake places you in the role of Jill Valentine, a key figure from Resident Evil 1. Haunted by PTSD stemming from the Spencer Mansion incident, you are abruptly thrust back into the zombie-infested Raccoon City. Enter Nemesis, a more lethal version of Mr. X, equipped with an array of weaponry, from flamethrowers to rocket launchers, and remarkable speed capable of sprinting at you from a distance. Whenever Nemesis appears, evasion is paramount to survival. His relentless pursuit is a constant threat. Following the franchise's tradition, your objective is to escape a dire locale, in this case, the entirety of Raccoon City. Uncover keys to unlock sealed doors and navigate through the nightmare. While Resident Evil 2 confined you mainly to isolated buildings, Resident Evil 3 introduces you to the diverse denizens of Raccoon City, each engaged in their own struggles, thereby imbuing the city with character. Gameplay leans towards a more arcadey feel, particularly evident in New Game Plus with new weaponry. A dodge mechanic heightens combat agility, fostering a faster-paced experience compared to Resident Evil 2. Nonetheless, Resident Evil 3 faces certain drawbacks. Its brevity, clocking at around 8 hours for a thorough playthrough, is noticeable. Elements like the omission of the clock tower sequence from the original game and the gradual decline of Nemesis' fear factor due to evolutionary shifts are somewhat disappointing. However, Resident Evil 3 remains captivating, particularly if one sets realistic expectations regarding game length and lacks familiarity with the original version's cut content. At number 3 we have Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, an enhanced version of the 2008 action-adventure game, featuring new characters, improved graphics, and refined gameplay. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition brings back the beloved hack-and-slash action with a host of new features. You'll find yourself immersed in a world where stylish combat and intricate combos are paramount. This special edition follows Capcom's trend of re-releasing its classic games, but it stands out due to its comprehensive updates. You'll notice the visual enhancements immediately, with smoother graphics that make every slash and explosion feel more satisfying. The core gameplay remains as thrilling as ever, with the introduction of new characters like Vergil, Trish, and Lady, adding fresh dynamics to the combat system. Playing as Dante, you can switch between his various fighting styles on the fly, allowing for a seamless blend of evasion, offense, and defense. This flexibility in combat is a highlight, enabling you to tackle enemies with a wide range of moves and combos. The addition of real-time style switching enhances the depth and fluidity of battles, making each encounter a display of both strategy and spectacle. Vergil's inclusion is particularly notable. His gameplay revolves around precision and a unique concentration mechanic that rewards measured actions. Trish and Lady offer distinct playstyles, with Trish's crowd control and Lady's arsenal of weapons providing diverse approaches to combat. However, not everything is perfect. The non-combat sections, involving puzzles and platforming, feel outdated and can be frustrating due to awkward camera angles. Additionally, the menu system retains some clunky elements from its 2008 origins, causing unnecessary delays. Despite these flaws, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition remains a celebration of the series' stylish combat and intricate gameplay. For fans of the original and newcomers alike, it offers a rewarding experience that showcases Capcom's pride in one of its most iconic franchises. This game captures the essence of what makes Devil May Cry a beloved series, delivering intense action and an array of stylish moves that will keep you hooked. At number 4 we have Resident Evil 2 Remake. Resident Evil 2 Remake offers a choice between protagonists Leon Kennedy, a rookie cop set to begin his Raccoon City Police Department tenure, and Claire Redfield, searching for her brother Chris amidst the zombie-infested city. Unexpectedly, the outbreak transforms Raccoon City into a realm of chaos. Taking refuge within the police department, you inadvertently step into a labyrinthine former museum imbued with enigmatic darkness. The remake reimagines the original game entirely, revamping its mechanics. While the original Resident Evil 2 resembled Resident Evil 1 and 0, this remake adopts a third-person perspective akin to Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. Unlike the latter trio's action orientation, this installment retraces its survival horror origins, with constrained resources to combat zombies. Mr. X, the relentless pursuer, makes a comeback, shadowing your steps within the police department. His distinctive theme heralds the need for swift evasion. The game captivates with formidable challenges. Zombies are resilient, requiring more than mere headshots to eliminate, all while resources remain scarce. The police station itself is replete with intricate puzzles, locked doors, concealed secrets, and hordes of zombies to either evade or confront. Nonetheless, opting for aggressive engagement might lead to regret, depleting your ammunition reserves and endangering your survival. Combat mechanics are fluid and intense, particularly in encounters with zombies and Mr. X. A truly unsettling moment emerges when you find yourself defenseless, forced to flee a mansion. A proper introduction to the Resident Evil universe through experiences like Resident Evil 1 and 0 makes this installment in the series a compelling next step. The game's dual protagonists yield 4 distinct starting points, significantly extending its replay value. Immersing yourself in the Raccoon City Police Department becomes an enthralling endeavor within this stellar addition to the series. At number 5 we have the Devil May Cry HD Collection. This collection brings together 3 iconic action games, Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 2, and Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition. Released on March 2018, this collection allows you to experience Dante's stylish demon hunting adventures in upgraded HD. In the first Devil May Cry, you step into the shoes of Dante, a demon hunter armed with a variety of weapons and abilities. Set in a gothic environment, the game emphasizes fast-paced, combo-driven combat and puzzle solving, providing fluid action and engaging gameplay with diverse combat styles. Devil May Cry 2, while often seen as the weakest entry in the series, still offers simplified combat and less engaging level design. It introduces new moves like the Wall Run and Rainstorm, and features the debut of the bonus mode, Bloody Palace. Despite its shortcomings, it retains the core mechanics of the series. Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition is a highly acclaimed prequel known for its refined combat system, deeper story, and multiple combat styles, offering significant replayability. The challenging gameplay and the option to play as Vergil enhance its value within the collection. The HD collection improves the original game's graphics, providing higher resolutions, better textures, and smoother visuals. Though some pre-rendered backgrounds and cutscenes show their age, the overall presentation is polished, running smoothly on modern hardware with consistent frame rates. The soundtrack remains a banging feature, with intense and fitting tracks that complement the action-packed gameplay. Voice acting varies, with iconic performances in the first and third games, though less impressive in DmC 2. Including 3 full games, each offering many hours of gameplay, the collection provides substantial content and replayability, especially with DmC 3's additional content like playing as Vergil and the survival mode. The Devil May Cry HD collection is a worthy playthrough, whether you're revisiting the origins of a landmark series or diving into the world of Devil May Cry for the first time. Enhanced visuals and the timeless appeal of the first and third games make it a valuable addition to any action game enthusiast's library. At number 6 we have Devil May Cry 5, one of the best brawlers on PC, featuring intense combat and a dynamic story with 3 unique characters. This game is an exploration of the myriad ways a magical man might hit a demon. You use swords and guns interchangeably to create flowing acrobatic combos. Dante, the series' original hero, can even hit demons with 2 halves of a haunted motorbike. Nero, on the other hand, uses 7 mechanical arms, each with unique abilities to punch enemies. The new anti-hero, V, commands a demonic condor and a panther to fight for him. Each character's unique combat style looks sensational and feels incredibly satisfying. You switch between Nero, V, and Dante throughout the game's 20 missions. A demon named Urizen is draining the city's blood using a demonic tree called the Cliffith, and it's up to the trio to stop him. The story is preposterous, yet genuinely funny, supported by earnest performances and quality performance capture. Combat is the core of Devil May Cry 5, where you clear levels room by room, aiming for high scores by executing stylish combos. The game rewards creativity and precision, marking your performance and encouraging you to strive for the coveted smoke and sexy style title. For new players, there's an auto mode that executes advanced combos, making the game more accessible. Each character offers a distinct combat experience, with Nero's mechanical arms adding versatility, Dante's extensive weapon and style options providing depth, and V's unique playstyle offering a refreshing change of pace. Devil May Cry 5 runs smoothly on PC, with extensive settings for performance tweaking. The detailed visuals and fast-paced gameplay make every fight a spectacle. Despite a few minor issues, such as repetitive boss fights and some underdeveloped areas, Devil May Cry 5 excels in providing a thrilling, high-energy brawling experience. If you enjoy third-person brawlers, DmC 5 is a must-play. If you're new to the genre, this game is a fantastic starting point. This bundle also includes Vergil as a playable character in the story campaign, Bloody Palace mode, and the Void. Vergil is an amazingly fun character to play, and you need to listen to his theme music. It's freaking awesome. At number 7 we have Resident Evil 6 Complete and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Double Pack. A fierce combo of chaotic action and creeping horror that spans the evolution of the RE series. Resident Evil 6 throws you into pure chaos, explosions, massive set pieces, and brutal combat at every turn. It is less about creeping dread and more about non-stop action, with 4 intertwined campaigns that mix everything from bioterror chaos in city streets to monster-infested catacombs. It is best enjoyed with a friend, where the absurdity becomes part of the fun. The scale is impressive, but the pacing and tone can feel uneven, often sacrificing tension for spectacle. Then comes Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, a complete tonal shift back to the franchise's survival roots. You're trapped inside a rotting Louisiana plantation, scavenging for supplies, solving puzzles, and facing grotesque horrors that feel disturbingly personal. The first-person perspective pulls you into the fear. Every creak, whisper, and sudden noise keeps your pulse racing. The atmosphere is thick with dread, and the Baker family's presence gives the game a chilling intimacy that is hard to shake. Together, these two games highlight the evolution of Resident Evil, from excessive cinematic action to stripped-down psychological terror. The one lets you blow through waves of monsters with a partner, the other makes you sweat every bullet and step. Whether you crave adrenaline-fueled chaos or nerve-wracking horror, this bundle offers both sides of the nightmare in one neat package. At number 8 we have Resident Evil 4 2005 and Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition Double Pack. This pack offers 2 of Capcom's most action-packed survival horror experiences. Both games bring intense combat, memorable characters, and engaging stories, though they differ in tone and gameplay refinements. Resident Evil 4 remains a masterpiece even years later. You step into the shoes of Leon Scott Kennedy, sent to rescue the president's daughter in a remote Spanish village overrun by infected villagers. The game's pacing is impeccable, balancing horror, action, and exploration. The over-the-shoulder camera and precision aiming revolutionized third-person shooters, making each encounter feel tactical and tense. Whether dodging chainsaw-wielding maniacs or facing grotesque boss fights, you're always on edge. The HD version enhances textures and smooths gameplay, though occasional frame rate drops slightly hinder the experience. Even so, it stands as one of the most influential and thrilling shooters ever made. Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition shifts towards full-fledged action while retaining survival horror elements. You take control of Chris Redfield, partner with Sheva Elamor, navigating an African setting filled with bioweapon threats. The cooperative gameplay is the highlight, offering strategic coordination whether playing solo or with a friend. The gunplay feels smoother than RE4, but the inability to move while aiming remains divisive. The enemy variety, set pieces, and unlockable content, including story DLCs like Lost in Nightmares featuring Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield, keep the experience fresh. While it sacrifices some horror for action, the game's thrilling encounters and refined mechanics make it a strong follow-up. Together, this double pack showcases Capcom's evolution of the franchise, offering two exhilarating yet distinct adventures. And number 9 we have Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0 Double Pack. This pack brings two classic survival horror experiences to modern platforms. Resident Evil HD Remaster is a polished version of the 2002 GameCube remake, while Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster is a prequel that expands on the series' lore. Both games retain the fixed camera angles, pre-rendered backgrounds, and tense inventory management that define early Resident Evil. Resident Evil HD Remaster drops you into the eerie Spencer Mansion, where danger lurks in every corner. The game forces you to manage resources carefully, as ammo and healing items are limited. Zombies are not just obstacles, they can resurrect as powerful crimson hits if you do not dispose of their bodies properly. The atmosphere is thick with tension, and the game's survival mechanics create a genuine sense of dread. While the graphical update is not as sharp as it could be, the lighting and shadow effects enhance the horror. Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster follows Rebecca Chambers and Billy Cohen as they investigate the Umbrella Train. The character swapping mechanic adds an interesting twist, but clunky inventory management and excessive backtracking make it frustrating. The opening train sequence is excellent, but once you leave, the game struggles to maintain momentum. The visuals are stunning, yet the gameplay feels like a weaker version of Resident Evil. Overall, this collection is a must-have for survival horror fans. Resident Evil is still a masterpiece, but Resident Evil 0 falls short of its potential. It's still a good game, just not a great game like Resident Evil. And number 10 we have DmC Devil May Cry, a bold reboot of the iconic hack-and-slash series, reimagining Dante in a different, grittier form. This game retains the core mechanics of stylish demon slaying while introducing new elements that make it stand out. You will find yourself amidst a whirlwind of fast-paced combat, where chaining together angelic and demonic attacks is essential. Dante's arsenal has expanded, allowing you to seamlessly switch between weapons with a tap, keeping the action fresh and exhilarating. The combat system is designed for creativity, rewarding you with higher style ranks as you mix up your moves. It is accessible for newcomers with its default difficulty, but cranks up the challenge across 7 difficulty levels. The story, while a bit heavy-handed, serves as a fitting backdrop for the action. Dante's journey to stop the Demon King Mundus is laced with tongue-in-cheek humor and a touch of social commentary. The narrative explores his origin and his relationship with his brother Vergil, adding depth to the character. However, the platforming sections may feel lackluster, offering little challenge and serving more as a brief interlude between battles. Despite these moments, the game shines in its combat, delivering a thrilling experience that lives up to the legacy of its predecessors. DmC Devil May Cry is a worthy addition to the series, combining the old with the new to create something both familiar and refreshingly different. However, with the existence of Devil May Cry 5, whether or not we will see this iteration of Dante again is still a mystery. And that's all for this bundle. Another week, another Capcom bundle, and gamers are definitely feeling the burnout. Still, these games keep flying off digital shelves, so clearly someone's eating good. If you have somehow missed every previous drop, it's a solid way to grab a few Resident Evil titles for cheap, even if it's not the dream lineup everyone's waiting for. But yeah, for veterans who've had these games already in their libraries, probably not. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.